got show notes for today. Welcome to the Film Sharks Podcast, everyone. Listen, it's been a great year so far. We've got a great show for you today. We've gone for a little while. And good job. It's the Film Sharks, a podcast back 2 weeks later.
Yes.
2 weeks later. Yeah.
Personal things came up.
Yes. What? First week?
First week
I
was...
can't remember. It doesn't matter. I just trying to remember what was going on.
Grandma passed. And then the second week, you were in Kentucky.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. I didn't get back in time. Visiting... It was Christmas for some family.
Christmas in February.
Yeah. Just because Austin got back.
So if you're mad at anyone
military.
about the podcast being delayed, be mad at Austin.
Be mad at Austin. I mean, we've mentioned him a few times. Maybe he's listening. Maybe he's not. I don't know if he listens or not.
He
Probably
doesn't.
not.
He doesn't care.
Nobody I know really cares. So
I know Mason listens. Sometimes.
perhaps I don't know.
It's the only one I know.
I have no idea. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, not very. I don't think anybody I know listens to this at this point. It's all people I don't know, which is kind of strange. Anyway.
I mean, that makes sense. I mean, unless I don't know. Does that make sense to you?
What if it's just me listening to it over and over and over and over?
Or just one person.
That would be epic.
Down in the basement. Just like
that would be epic.
Listening over and over again.
What if it's someone super famous listening?
They should let me know then. They should let us know.
No, it's secret.
Who do you think would listen to this podcast? Who would you want to listen? If there's like one celebrity was listening, who would you want that to be?
Who would I want it to be, or who do I think it is?
Both.
I would
not together, but one or the other. Or
I would love
together.
Kevin Smith or somebody to listen to it.
Kevin Smith's a good one.
Or like,
I mean, that'd be a good one just because it's like.
But who's actually listening?
I don't think
there's someone that I don't like
care,
that's probably famous.
Somebody you don't like?
Probably. Because if someone's listening to it, it's probably not someone you don't really like. It's like he's the
don't
best.
Care about someone who's just like not that famous,
but
sort of famous. I don't know. Who cares, man? I don't care if anyone's famous is listening. I only care about if you're listening and if you're famous.
Hit me up.
Yeah,
give us some money.
Know.
Give us some money.
Get on.
Or come on the show.
Get on this show.
Yeah, but we won't pay you.
Give me some work. Well, it's free publicity, man.
Yes.
So it's good for them.
Anyway.
You want some free publicity? Publicity. That'd be great for both of us.
I'd be
We'd
down.
Be equally publicized.
Yes. So, Tyler, before we start, how's your week's been?
Ridiculousness. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
It's been good. I mean,
okay.
Your hair has grown a little longer, I noticed.
It has?
Well, of course, if you haven't cut it, it's obviously grown. But I noticed it was a little longer. So
my hair grows
your beard's
so
a little
fast.
longer. Your hair's a little shaggy. It looks good, though.
It's time. It's time for it to go.
Well, now that I'm thinking back, because you had it like, you just kind of like shaved it off at one point because you're like, I'm tired of messing with it.
Yeah.
And now it's back to basically where it was before.
My hair grows so fast. That's right.
That's good, man. Some people would be jealous of that hair growth rate.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm doing a great job this.
Hey, don't be so hard on yourself. No one famous is listening.
It's true. Maybe nobody's listening.
They are. No pressure,
people,
but they are.
11 people. But we love every single one of you. I think we're going in a loop now.
Yeah.
All right. A couple things have happened past couple of weeks that we probably would have done whole episodes on, but
Oscars.
Yes.
Super Bowl.
Yes. Birds of Prey. You gonna go see Birds of Prey, Jesse?
Oh, you mean Harley Quinn? Because they officially changed the name of the movie?
Are you more likely to see
Now they've changed the name. Let me think about it.
I was kind of up in the air about Birds of Prey, but Harley Quinn and Birds of Prey?
I'll watch that.
You know what?
I don't really want to watch it.
I don't like any of the new Harley Quinn stuff they've been putting out.
Me neither.
Personally. Like, okay, well,
and it's not because we hate women or anything.
Well, you don't. I mean, you do. Wait.
It's because we hate women.
Look, I don't have to love women to respect them, so.
Do you?
That's a question for. Nah, just kidding. No, but it's not that. Because I think I take it back. I don't like any of the comic or like animated stuff they've been doing.
I agree.
I like Margot Robbie.
She's great. She's the
Harley
best.
Quinn.
She might have been the best part of Suicide Squad.
Probably.
That's not saying much.
But I mean, this one looked pretty good. I'm not watching. I'm just kind of like on it. I'm like, if I see it, I'll see it. But people are pretty, for the most part, are like, yeah, it's pretty good. I kind of see either in between or just kind of like ones. It's not amazing, but it's not the worst. It's kind of messy. Is kind of what I hear, but yeah. But if it's called Harley Quinn and the Birds of Prey, it's much better.
Oh yeah, definitely.
People know that.
Didn't they change another title or something of a movie
recently, or like in general? They've done it before.
So what are we talking
about? Live, Die,
first,
Repeat.
Man? They did change that.
Day After Tomorrow. Wait, was it? Not the Day After Tomorrow. Yeah, Live, Die, Repeat. The day. What is it called? Edge of Tomorrow. Sorry. Day After Tomorrow. Always do that. What did you say?
What are we talking about?
Let's do Super Bowl first because that's the one that was furthest back. Let's talk some Super Bowl trailers. Did you see that commercial with Bryan Cranston and
The Shining? That was great. That was good.
The Shining and Mountain Dew.
That was great.
That one's so
Did you see the one where Mr. Peanut killed himself to save some people, and then there was a baby Mr. Peanut? I've
been hearing about it, but I never actually saw that one.
It's pretty cute.
I've seen the baby Peanut, and everyone's like, "Is it baby Mr. Peanut or is it baby Yoda? Who's cuter?"
It's pretty sweet. What was the other one? Jason Momoa taking his muscles off.
He's like the super thin.
Weird.
So weird.
That was awful.
That was a little gross. It's funny, but it's real gross looking. No offense to the person who actually has a thin body that they used.
Google making the saddest commercial ever. It was about a guy who had dementia, and he was asking Google to remember, tell him about his wife that passed away. Oh, and
yeah,
stuff.
okay, I did see a bit of that.
Why does Google get to put their name on this?
I have to go get this computer now. Or whatever. Was it for Google or was it for the computer?
It was Google. That's fine.
Sure.
Mulan. I'm excited for this one.
Yeah.
Looks pretty good. Yeah. I like Mulan. Probably
I like
favorite Disney animated.
Really?
One of them.
You said your favorite.
It might be. It might be my favorite. It's the one me and Kylie sing in the car a lot.
Well, okay. As far as song-wise
the Be a Man song, that's my favorite. That's a good one.
Do you think they will reference that song at all in this movie?
Be a man, and then it'll actually be like, no, be a woman.
Well, yeah, that's kind of, well, sure. But I just mean, do you think someone will be like, I guess the guy, what's his name? The general guy, kid.
Army general.
Is he going to be the love interest in this, you think? Or are they just going to be like, no, don't do that?
No interest. She's an independent woman.
Strong, independent woman. Doesn't need no man to complete her.
She was.
Han? What's his name?
Yeah, that's right.
Han? Something
I think it was just Han. I remember.
Real Han.
Weren't they kind of love interest in?
Yeah, they are in the movie.
Now I got it. I was like, what are you saying? Wuhan.
Well hung. That's
what
I said.
I thought you were saying Wuhan. That's the coronavirus.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no. Either one.
Are you scared of the coronavirus?
Are you scared of the... You're over there fidgeting?
Kind of. A little bit.
I'm scared of this mic functioning.
I don't know if it's as bad as they say they are.
Someone died in Paris?
Yeah.
But he was like 80?
Yeah.
Or she was...
Well, apparently, most of the people that get it that die are all over 75.
So what I heard was... So the first... Because they've had a few cases outside who have died, like outside of China, like Japan and like other areas kind of surrounding it. But recently they're just like, they had someone in France die, which was this 80-year-old person.
And then they were like, 90-year-old man.
Exactly. I was like, are we sure it was this virus? And then they were like, it was from a lung infection that may have stemmed from the
may
virus.
have.
Or it was not may have, but it was kind of like a weird. It was like your second cousin 3 times removed. Kind of a thing. It's like, well, are we sure that that's what the cause was? It's like, it may have been caused by the virus. I don't know. That's weird. But anyway, they've had some cases near-ish here, supposedly.
Chicago.
Was it Chicago?
That's the one.
I was thinking Miami.
There was?
University, I thought.
No, I didn't think so.
Because they got a lot of international students.
Oh, you might be right.
A lot of Chinese.
I go there all the time, too. Maybe I'm sick.
Maybe don't go there.
Maybe I won't go there anymore.
Maybe yes.
Anyway.
Don't cough on me.
The Falcon, Winter Soldier, Loki, and WandaVision. Yeah.
I mean, most of the things have been said about it already.
Not much.
But, looks fun.
They
got
cool. Which one are you more excited for out of those 3? I think WandaVision.
They didn't really give anything for Loki, so he's kind of in prison with the is it like time police? Time police, basically.
I think WandaVision looks the most interesting.
Yeah, it leaves me the most questions.
Yeah, the black and white and stuff, different sitcoms.
Yeah, because Falcon and Winter Soldier basically, I feel like that's pretty straightforward. They have the shield for a bit, and they're kind of like competing. And then the government takes that away and is like, we're going to make our own Captain America with, what's his name? I almost said Iron Patriot.
That's one guy.
Something else. Whatever.
Russell's son.
Yeah. The character has a name, though. American Agent or something like that.
I don't know.
Something like that.
Anyway, I don't remember.
Anyway. So they got him, and they're like, the shield belongs to, they're probably like, the shield belongs to the U.S. Army or something like that.
Yeah, this belongs to
the
America.
United States government.
I am America is what he should say. And then he'll come back as an old man to pick it up.
Captain America?
Yep.
I guess he's still alive, right? Okay, are they going to bring Chris Evans in?
Do you think he would live like a super long time?
I mean, I would guess so. But he's like 107. Yes. So when he comes back at the end of Endgame, he's like 107 or something like that.
I don't remember.
Something like that. He's over 100 years old. So I think he was 107 or something like that.
Next trailer?
So he looks pretty good for 100 guys. WandaVision is the one that has the most, like, what is going on? And then Loki's just, like, in prison.
He's back.
Yeah, he's kind of like, I'm here. So that's coming out next. Well, I'm glad both of those are coming out. Not Loki. Not Loki. August, October, and November. Something like that. August is what? Falcon Winter Soldier?
That's first.
Then Mandalorian 2?
Yeah.
Then WandaVision, I think.
I think so.
And then 2021 sometime, Loki, I believe. So those are coming out sooner than I thought they were.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking 2021. I was like, jeez.
Top Gun Maverick. Did you watch that trailer?
Yeah. No,
it's
not really.
You didn't miss anything.
I
Fast 9. Did you watch that trailer?
No, but I saw the posters for it.
That's all you need. Looks dumb. John Cena's like the new bad guy.
Yeah, who's he related to? Is he part of something? I thought he was a part of something. Han's back. Yeah. Han is back.
Do you think? I think if this is gonna be one of the last ones, I think it's gonna be like
his brother. Who knows?
He's gonna be like, oh, but I'm your brother, Dom Toretto. We look nothing alike.
Oh, that's right. Because wasn't that who they were saying he was? Do we know that, or was it like, it's his brother? It's his brother. He's back. I don't know. He's just okay. That's why I was thinking he was related, but it's got to be. It's all about family.
It's all about family. It's my son from the future.
That could work. They might as well bring in the time travel.
They could go to space.
I did see that one. I think I saw it one time. Yeah, I'm still pretty. That means pretty good. It's interesting. I like the paranoia. Is there a real invisible man, or is she just crazy?
There's a real invisible man.
I mean, I'm pretty sure there's a real invisible man, but I'm just saying, like, I still like to have that.
That would suck if it was like the invisible man, and then like it's just like, nah, there's nothing.
I still like to have that little bit of like, what? Maybe she's just crazy, but we have to believe all women. We need to believe this one.
SpongeBob movie, Sponge on the Run. Yep.
Is this a prequel? I don't think I saw this one.
Let's find out.
I think it's a prequel.
Commercials in this game are really expensive, SpongeBob. It's just the pre-game. You get 26
seconds. Oh, yeah. How do you feel about this animation? I feel like they did the test for this. on
Dog. Oh, I love Keanu.
Oh, that's right, Keanu Reeves.
The only thing missing is Gary.
I guess it looks really good, but SpongeBob kind of went more childish as it went along.
The SpongeBob movie.
Yeah, sadly, SpongeBob used to be the best.
As it has changed through the years.
It got more like ADHD, where it's just like
more,
something has to be happening all the time.
Yeah. It got more childish. Maybe is not quite the right word,
It
but
probably is.
childish kind of. He got way more like animated and like cutesy looking and like. It's like whatever.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
It's out now, so who cares? I'm hearing
Quiet Place Part 2.
It's just fine.
A Quiet Place Part 2.
Yeah, that one was good. I don't know what to say. Saw some more John, Mr. Krasinski.
Mr. Krasinski.
Johnny.
From
We
Boston.
saw some more Johnny.
Johnny.
Is he from Boston?
Yep. Massachusetts.
Makes sense. Okay, makes sense.
Stop that. Hunters is the last one. It's one where
Which one was that? Is that the
people
one?
hire people to go out.
Yeah.
They just kidnap people,
You
put them
thought
in the
this-
woods, and
yeah.
then they shoot them.
You thought this movie was done for? It's back because we
It's
haven't had a shooting in
back.
a little while, so we can be.
A little bit more edgy now that
It's fine now.
no school shootings recently, so
but if one happens,
it's out.
be prepared that this is going to just be just be like, screw it. This is released on Netflix. Or
Screw
something. Forget it. You've been done. It's been over again. Or they're just going to totally, like hide it away forever. I want to know how many movies are like hidden, like that were going to come out but never released. That'd be a good topic.
Canceled movies.
Movies that were never released. Because that kind of reminded me of the what's it called? The North Korean movie with
The Interview.
Seth Rogen and James Franco. That almost got canceled,
Franco.
but they ended up, they didn't put it through theaters because like the North Korean government's going to bomb every single theater or something.
James Franco.
James Franco. Is he in the Hollywood prison right now? Hollywood jail?
I think so.
What did he do? Did he do something? Did he disrespect women?
Something about college girls. Apparently,
Someone was watching. What's that movie? Spring Breakers.
yes,
Someone was watching that.
probably.
James Franco is messing with college girls. I don't know what it was all about, but he's kind of in prison.
He's in
Hollywood,
prison
Hollywood,
for good.
Hollywood jail, I should say.
Yeah, it's
Movie
Hollywood
jail.
jail. Is that it we got? Is that it we got?
What were we talking about?
Super Bowl. That was the last trailer.
Yeah, what was last?
Hunters.
Oh yeah. Is it like I couldn't figure out what this movie was trying to be politically?
It's just
Because they're
dumb.
like,
It kinda
it's
seems dumb.
It's a bunch of liberals who are trying to kill us because we're
taking
we're redneck Republicans and we can kill it. They won't. But then,
what it seemed
and I was
like.
like, oh, are they trying to be more like right leaning? Is this movie supposed to be right leaning?
That's what it seemed
And then
like.
at the end, they're like, well, they had all this different like, I don't know, politically correct kind of like stuff like you're a racist and like I can't remember. And I was just like, what is this movie trying to be? Like, be one thing.
I just want to make like the
We
most
need to please
like,
everybody.
controversial movie ever.
What's happening? Oh, I couldn't figure it out. So I was like, okay, that's an interesting perspective because you know, most of the time you're not going to get a movie that's like the liberals are painted as the bad guys or whatever,
Yeah.
or progressives, I should say. But then they did all this other stuff. So I was like, I don't know. And they're like, well, that's not really happening. It's like, I don't
It's
know.
a mess.
I was
Anyway,
like, well, that's an interesting way to go, but maybe that's not the way they're going.
I think the
I have no
last
idea.
bit of news we need to talk about before we move on, which we should move on. It's almost 9:00 already.
Oscars. Oh, my
Oh,
gosh.
Oscars, and I was going to say Batman. But
Yes, the Batman.
Oscars, Parasite won Best Picture.
Hey, whoa. Spoilers. We got to work our way up.
You think it should have won? I finally saw it, by the way.
Yeah, I'm happy with
Afterwards.
it.
You think it should have won Best Picture?
Well, what? Do you think there's another one that should have won? Is that what you're going to say?
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, probably for me.
Really? I think it should have won. I like it.
Either that or Ford versus Ferrari.
That's a good one, too.
Parasite's great.
Joker shouldn't have won, Jesse?
Nah. Screw them.
Okay.
No.
Get them. So we got, Parasite for Best Picture. No, I'm happy with it. I think it's a great movie. Apparently, he's making like a 6-part series based on this movie for HBO.
I'd watch that.
He's like remaking it, but it's like
don't remake it.
Bong Joon-ho is making it, or who? Bong Joon-ho? I don't know. I've heard it both ways. But apparently he's doing one for HBO, and I was like, they're already remaking this as a series? But it's like a 7-part, and that's like, what else do you do with it? Do you get the same actors? Do you continue it? Do you remake it? And I was like, I don't know what's going on.
Roger Deakins won for 1917, which I finally saw.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet.
Oh my gosh, dude. He's insane. You think like the longest like Birdman, where it's just one tracking shot. This whole movie's just like one tracking shot, and you're like, it's never ending. How do they do this?
My question is, because it's real time.
Yeah.
So does it only take like 2.5 hours to get to the place they're trying to get to?
Kind of.
Does it happen over what's the time they do the time jumps, I guess?
It's kind of like, well, like you said, it's kind of real time.
Yeah.
That's basically it.
Well, that's why I'm wondering, like,
it's weird.
How do you do it all? Because it seemed like it takes place.
Well, there are cuts.
Okay. Well, that's what I was confused about.
Yeah, there are cuts, but it doesn't. I mean, it just kind of cuts. This happens at one spot, and then they come back to these people. But it's mostly all just one tracking shot the whole movie.
Well, that's what I was trying to figure out. It's crazy.
Like,
how do you do it all in one
whole movie? I'm like, how did they cut that? They have.
You know what I mean? Because it would have to be. Well, I mean, you can. There are places where you can be like, that's probably a cut there.
Sometimes they'll like pass a building and be like,
a tree.
That's got to be one.
An explosion.
But like, there's sometimes where it's just like, how? There's no way they could have done that.
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. So
that's a second Oscar win 2 years in a row.
Is it?
Roger Deakins.
What did he win for last year?
Blade Runner.
Blade Runner. Was that was that last year?
Yeah. 2018 Oscars.
You sure it was in 2017? Oh, it was 2018. Yeah. Okay, gotcha. Wait.
The movie's at 20 because it came out 2018 and they did the Oscars for the 2018.
I thought it came out 2017.
Maybe.
That's why I was confused.
I have no.
I don't know. Okay.
I'm terrible with like numbers on years.
Anyway, I think Parasite should have. I'm happy with Parasite winning. I was kind of like. Joaquin Phoenix won for Best Actor. Brad Pitt won Best Supporting Actor. Renee Zellweger won Best Actress for Judy. I haven't seen Judy though. So. Laura Dern Best Supporting Actress. Bong Joon-ho Best Director. Good. Do
you think Marriage Story is that great?
I like it. I mean, it's just simple. Like there's good scenes. I mean,
so sad.
It's simple little film. Like it's not like
it's not bad.
I wasn't blown away.
It's bad. I'm just like, it's so. Do I want to watch this to be? I feel so bummed out watching this.
I'm probably never gonna watch it again.
I would never recommend this movie to anyone. I'm like, you could watch a movie that makes you happy. This movie makes me so depressed.
Oh, I mean, I like it. Whatever. Anyway, Joker, Best Score, Toy Story 4, Best Animated. Best Foreign Film was also Parasite.
Shocker.
I don't know why that's a shocker.
It's a foreign film.
I mean, if it's the best picture, it might as well be the best
that's what
foreign
I'm saying.
film. That came first, so but whatever, however that works. Taika Waititi won Best Adapted Screenplay.
Jojo Rabbit. Yep. Did you watch it?
Yeah. Pretty good. It's not exactly what I thought.
I loved it so much.
Sam Rockwell.
My favorite scene is when they're all just standing in a room saying Heil Hitler over and over and over.
Everybody has to say
well, we were all Heil Hitlering. After that, I thought we would Heil Hitler again.
One more time for old time's sakes.
That was like my favorite part of the whole movie.
Kicks him out the window. He got kind of scary there at the end. I was surprised. I was like,
it was very
Hitler got scary. It's surprising.
It's a very heartwarming movie.
Yeah, pretty fun. It's great. We can talk about it more at the end if you want, if we have time. Roger Deakins. That's pretty much it for the
Batman
majority.
First look at the new Batman. Thoughts?
New suit. Suit's good. Mask not so good. I feel like
that's great.
Mask needs some work.
Yes, that's how I say the suit is perfect.
Well, I'll get to talk about it. Yeah, suit reminds me of Arkham Knight.
It's perfect.
They're talking about the bat symbol is like made from the gun that killed his parents. Did you ever see that?
I did not.
It was like a theory. At first, I thought it was a theory, weird. But then someone's like, "Oh, this is definitely," or it's like, I don't know, something I saw that was post.
It's the mask.
I like the idea.
It's the mask. It looks like he like made it himself out of cloth. The nose piece
or leather.
It looks just like Adam West. Where it doesn't.
It goes
cover
right
the
to your
bottom.
nose, and it's not very pointy.
Mm-hmm. I don't like.
My thing was, it's like a mix between the Adam West and Catwoman from Batman Returns, because it's like sewn to get. You can see where the threads are.
I don't like that.
And I wonder, because it's like a screen test, so I wonder if that's not the
They said they were filming the next week.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean they can't make a. You know what I mean? They can't make it.
Well, that's why they did a screen test. Is because if they didn't like it, they're like, oh, before we shoot the whole movie in this costume.
But my thing is, there's no protection in the face, so that doesn't make any sense. Like, why wouldn't you reinforce?
I didn't see the ears either.
Are the ears the long ears?
I did love like how the cape connected though. It was
you like the little.
I kind of like that
collar pop.
Yeah, it was pretty sweet.
I didn't love that, but it's whatever. Anyway, the suit looks good. It looks very armored. It looks like Arkham Knight suit.
Perfect.
Pretty similar. I like that. The mask doesn't seem like it matches.
It just needs the mask.
It doesn't have any. Like, if you're gonna be Batman, I feel like you would want to reinforce your nose with some kind of protection, because you get punched in the nose. It's like the worst place to be punched directly and break your nose off. Like, that's gotta be something that's gotta be armored.
Something that always bugged me is
it's whatever.
When they have like face protection but never cover their mouth. I just want to like see a superhero movie where like Captain America gets punched and he comes back up and all his teeth are missing. I'll get you for that, Thanos.
Well, Captain America is a little different situation.
Well, you know what I mean.
Yeah, like
because like Iron Man has like a full
right
protection, but like it's like
Deathstroke.
Thor gets punched in the face or something. Just like
that's not a big deal.
Because Hulk loses a tooth.
Yeah,
spits it out.
It's true. I don't know. Oh yeah, from the
Thanos.
Yeah, I don't know how. It's not Thanos, is it?
Yeah, when he fights. Nope, it's Hulkbuster.
Yeah,
that was good.
Yeah, he's
like, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. That's a good scene in that movie.
Anyway,
I got a bunch of little things. We didn't talk about the Spiral trailer though.
Tight.
It's interesting.
Tight.
Chris Rock
Chris Rock.
I don't know, man. This I was kind of thinking of a idea for a show, calling it like franchises that I will never watch.
Saw's
popular franchise, and Saw was one of those where I was just like,
would this make you watch it?
The first one I was kind of curious because it was James Wan. I heard like James Wan, but this one I was like, this one's kind of got me really interested. Like, if it counts as, I mean, it's technically from the Book of Saw, whatever that means. They took a page from the Book of Saw. I don't know. Yeah. So let me see here. There's a couple of different things. Supposedly, Emily Blunt met with Marvel Studios, maybe for...
John Krasinski said he wanted to do it too.
Yeah, John Krasinski said, "Hey, if they want me, I'll do it." Pretty much. That's how
they want me, I'll do it.
Me too, Marvel. If you want me to play Reed Richards, I'll do it. I mean, I'll play whatever. Give me a call, Disney.
If they want me, I'll do it.
If they want me, I'll do it. Hey, if they want me, I'll do it. I can't. I'm Boston accent right now. I'm looking. Anything new? I'm looking. PlayStation 5 could cost $450.
Easy.
That's what they're saying. Sony is reportedly struggling with the price. I don't know, man. $500. That's...
I'm not gonna. If it's that much, I'm not buying it straight off market. I'm gonna wait till the bugs are fixed.
Oh, the French Dispatch trailer.
Yes. Love it.
Wes Anderson's new film.
I love
flick.
It. Love it.
Yeah, I like everything about it.
Every shot's symmetrical and perfect.
I mean, it's all very Wes Anderson-y, and at this point, you know exactly what you're going to get.
Symmetrical.
So if you like him,
colorful.
If you like him, you're going to love it. If you don't like his stuff, then you're not going to care for this either. So there you go, man. I think that's...
I don't have my phone to look at things that I sent you, so...
Yeah, I'm just trying
to see. That's the only way I make sure. Because anytime I see something in the news during the week, I just send it to you immediately. And then, like, to look back, I just look at...
Aladdin sequel is apparently in the works. The live action.
Okay.
Yep.
Great.
Yep. That's all I know about that one. Stranger Things 4. Teaser trailer.
Oh, bald guy in Russia.
Like anyone didn't know. Spoilers. If you haven't seen the trailer. If you haven't seen the new movie, the show. Hopper dies, but he doesn't really die. He's just in Russia.
Yes.
Working on the railroad. He's been working on the railroad all the day in Russia. And Avengers Endgame. It's the first Oscar, the first film in history of the Oscars to hold the title of the highest grossing film of all time and win 0 awards. Which the other ones are like Titanic, Gone with the Wind, Star Wars, not Gone with the Wind, Sound of Music, I said that right. E.T., Avatar, Jurassic Park, Jaws.
Endgame, you said?
Yeah, Endgame didn't win. It holds the place. It's saying it's the first film in history to have the highest grossing
and not win anything.
Being the highest grossing movie and not have any Oscars wins.
That's what happens.
It was like nominated for like one thing, two things.
It's like technical special effects.
Right. It was like for special effects, which special effects was pretty good. Let's see.
Special effects, they had like 5 different studios work on that.
I know, man.
And it was
There's
like
probably no way they'd get it done in time.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. Anyway,
The Green Knight. Did you see that trailer I sent you?
I didn't know what was happening.
It's about Sir Gawain.
Oh, Sir Gawain.
Sir Gawain.
Gotcha.
Gawain. Which is Dev Patel.
Anyway,
he's King Arthur's nephew. He goes on a quest to confront the Green Knight, which is that weird monster thing at the end. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Is that it?
That's it.
Let's take a quick break.
Oh, yes.
And then let's go.
Quick break.
Then let's talk about things.
Yes, let's talk about other things.
Goodbye.
Not goodbye. See you soon.
BRB.
Love you.
Oh, Rosie. Oh, hi.
Say hello to the audience.
Hi, guys.
She's a girl.
Hi,
you
guys.
Weirdo.
They have the same voice for us.
They all sound the same.
We
have the same voice for us. We have different voices.
No, for me and Kylie, we always do the voices for their dogs.
They make you a man.
Aw, she's happy, man. She just wanted attention. She just wanted some attention.
You're missing Kylie.
You miss Kylie. She has no one to hang out with. Because Lord knows I won't hang out with. I mean,
Jesse doesn't take care of you, does he?
I do.
Jesse doesn't take care of you.
Took them on a long walk.
Okay, get here on my laptop.
Yeah, good. Welcome to my life. Everything in my life is
technology.
covered there.
Nah, that's good. Okay.
A decade.
Wait, first of all,
we've been doing this podcast for a decade.
Oh my gosh. No. Some of that audio from the last clip may be clipped out. So if there's a weird cut
again.
If there's a weird cut in this part or the next part, that's probably why. If
It'll
this part's
happen again.
it has to be cut out, then you'll not know what's going on.
Saying it, it's like
I don't know why. It comes and goes. I can't figure it out.
From
I
what
didn't
I've
used
heard,
to do it with my old laptop.
Apparently,
my
it
crappy
happens
laptop.
to people where the CPU and the MacBooks do that sometimes. I don't know how to fix it. I'll have to look it up.
I'm thinking I might use my old computer and just have it recording, and then I'll just take it and put it on here, and then
There you go.
edit it on here. So
There you go.
I may have to do that.
We'll find out.
It's crap. It's super.
It's
annoying.
crap.
It's crap. It's super annoying.
So we're gonna talk our personal favorite of the decade.
The top 10 of the past 10 years plus 2. I'm adding a plus 2 because I couldn't kick them out. I came back because later on I made my list and I had a hard time kicking things out. I also have an honorable mention, so
Okay.
I don't know if you have yours, but you can keep those in mind. But so I came back in and I was like, oh, I forgot this and this, and I was like, I can't kick anything out. So yeah, and so most of them don't really matter. They're not in any particular order, but I have a top 3 that go above everything. But those 3 are kind of like interchangeable.
Okay.
Just kind of depends on how I feel.
We will. I'm guessing, and I know this is going to be for a fact. We have some crossing over.
Yes, I think so.
So when you mention one of yours, I'll mention the one that ties.
Let's go
with
in.
it.
We'll go in. Or let me say, not
I don't
order.
have any in order, so
Not in order, but we'll go back and forth, and
the ones that we do have lined up together will be pretty easy to talk about. All right, you ready?
yes. Trying to get to my page. Okay, I had it written down, but I had like a couple different tabs open.
Tabs,
not pads. Tabs open, so I had to get to it. Okay, I'm thinking about doing a most underrated of the 2010s, but we'll see if people care about this one, and if not, I mean, they can't care any less than they care about our other episodes.
Thanks,
so
guys.
it's whatever.
You go first. Give me one.
Let's start with our low ones, our bottom ones.
Okay.
Not necessarily. So, like I said,
These are all
until
our favorites,
the
so
top
there's-
3, there's no particular order. So
Okay, go ahead.
number 12. It's 10 plus 2. I told you.
Well,
top 10 plus 2.
I'll just wing it.
If you don't have 2, then do you have 12?
I just said 10.
I said you could.
But there's more, probably.
You can throw them in. I forgot to let you know.
This is what happened. I scrolled through movies of the last decade that came out because I forget, and then I just took a screenshot of my favorites.
Okay.
So there might be 15, there might be 30.
Well, that's not how you do it.
There's not.
10 plus 2, Jesse.
Okay. It'll be 12. Go ahead. What do you got?
Number 12, well, whatever. It doesn't matter. No particular order is Dread.
Wow. I don't have that one.
It's because you're wrong. What do you want to do? Do you want to make like an ultimate list? Like so the ones we line up on? Do you want to like be like, that goes into the ultimate list?
The ultimate list. I'll get my ultimate notepad out to keep these ultimate lists in check.
You guys are storming in here.
They love us.
Coda's in here now.
Come here, guys.
Breathing heavily.
He always breathes heavy. He could be doing nothing. And he'll be like,
are you out of shape, Coda? You out of shape? Yeah. Is he wearing? He's not wearing his diaper. Oh, geez. Not the laptop.
Like, listen. You give him 1 second to talk to the audience, and he lays down the law.
Laying down the paw.
Okay, go away.
Okay. You pulled him up there.
I thought he would say something. Anyway, you're distracting me, dog.
They're all over here. Yeah. So first one is Dread.
Yes.
I don't know if you call this it was underrated when it first came out. I think now it's kind of found its following. There was talk of a TV show. Carl Urban is great.
Mm-hmm.
Who else?
It's a remake too.
It's technically a remake, but it's more like it's just another one made, kind of a thing. If that makes any sense. Mm-hmm. It being a comic book, I feel like there's a lot of different versions.
I would also say,
but great. It's contained. Mm-hmm. It's super great action. It's tight. It's not a super long extended movie. It's got a lot of feel. It's got a lot of heart to it, even though even though it's kind of something you'd be like, oh, it's just a stupid action movie. It's kind of like I don't know.
I love that movie.
It's just gritty.
I didn't
fast, short, concise.
Skipped right over it. I didn't even remember about that movie. That I always forget about it.
It's great. I know. Well, yeah, right. It's one of those movies you're like, oh yeah, good. It's a great movie, and you're always like, oh, that's a great movie, and then you move on.
Yep.
So yeah, there you go. Your turn.
I'm just gonna list some that I have. The first Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, really? Interesting.
Yes, I think that is still probably the best Marvel movie. Not the second one, even though it's okay, but
it's all right. I didn't like it as much.
I remember watching it with you, Austin, and Jacob, and walking out of the movie like, Marvel movies are different now. And then they just went back to the normal format. But this was such a breath of fresh air. Comedic, great action, great heart. I cried. I laughed. It moved me.
It moved me.
Yeah, that would be my. I'll go 12. That'd be my 12. Okay. That's my only Marvel movie in this list. I didn't know.
Yeah.
I know you have a Marvel movie. Actually, no, there is another, but it's not technically an MCU movie.
Okay. Interesting. Of the past 10 years.
Yes. We'll get there.
Batman versus Superman.
Yes.
I knew it. Suicide Squad.
What's your 11?
These last two, Dread and this one, were ones that I kind of like thought of, and I was like, I'll put those in the honorable mentions. And I was like, they're good. Number 11 is The Nice Guys.
Nice. I almost put that one in.
Yeah.
It was between that one and then the other buddy cop movie me and you watched.
The other buddy cop movie.
Come on.
Was it a comedy?
Kind of. Why can't I think of it?
The Other Guys?
No.
That was like a 2010, 2011 movie, I think.
Yeah, that's not important.
That's actually a good. That's an underrated
it's not important.
comedy movie, I feel like. Okay. Another okay, I don't know which one you're talking about.
I can't remember off the top of my head.
I almost said Dragged Across Concrete, but that's not a comedy, nor
The Nice
see it
Guys.
together.
That's a good
but
choice,
yeah, The Nice
though.
Guys. There's actually a couple more Ryan Gosling films on this list.
I think I have one.
Probably.
Oh, wait. I think I might have two.
You might. Wait, you have them on yours, or you think you know which ones I'm talking about?
I think I have two.
Okay. Well, anyway, this is the first of the Ryan Gosling trilogy that's on my list.
I do have two.
I'm guessing one is the same one that I have, but one is probably not. I think I actually have an idea which one it is. Okay, it's not on mine, but anyway, we'll see. Yeah, Nice Guys though, man. I feel like this is good. I was putting it in the underrated movies of 2010, and I was like, I think this could be one of my favorite ones of this year.
It is,
like,
for sure.
It's so good.
It's
like
in the top.
Not only does it have some pretty good action, but it's funny too.
It's funny.
That's the main thing, I think. It's just comedic, and it's like Russell Crowe. Yeah. Wow. Russell Crowe and Ryan Gosling somehow work really well
Their
together.
chemistry is perfect.
And they can both be super serious, but funny too. It's like
this is like one of them feel good 80s action movies, but
in the 70s
they recreate
from today.
You know, like how in the 80s they would make the perfect buddy cop movies, you got Lethal Weapon. You got, it's like one of those, but now it's recreated nowadays, and it's perfect.
But less actiony and more comedic, and
it's perfect. Shane Black.
Weird. Shane Black, what happened, man?
Yeah, bro.
That went from that one
we need to talk
to The Predator.
Make more movies like the Nice Guys.
I hope something terribly went wrong. Like the studio took that movie out of your hands, because The Predator. Maybe we should do the worst. I thought about doing the top 10 worst movies of the decade.
That's in there for sure.
We can do that.
Sorry, that's
Listen,
in there.
If you guys are interested in here, if you like this episode, then maybe we'll throw in the underrated and worst movies. We'll talk about it. We'll see.
Yeah, that was awful.
But anyway, I don't know what happened. Anyway, I think it's the Ryan Johnson syndrome, where you take something, you're good at your own stuff, like writing and directing, but stuff you've written and come up with, but then you try and go to a franchise, and it's like
his own franchise almost.
Sort of, yeah. He wrote a little bit on set of the original Predator,
and he was in it.
But I feel like you could guess which parts he actually wrote.
Yeah. The weird part.
He wrote his lines. Okay, yeah, but The Nice Guys. So you don't have that one on your list? Is that an honorable mention for you?
I would say it's an honorable mention.
We'll go back and do some honorable mentions before we get to the top 3. How about that? Do you have a top 3 for yourself?
Yes.
Okay, then we'll wait. We'll do honorable mentions right before then. Okay. What's going on?
All right, I'm about to lock your eyes out.
What look he gave you? See that look he gave you?
Yeah, he's very sassy.
He's
so sassy. I'm gonna go number 10 now. Or wait, is my 11?
Yeah, you're 11.
So another honorable mention technically. But
well, okay, you're throwing it in there if you had to throw it in.
Well, I just have my 10.
Okay, those could technically be honorable mentions. I was just I'll just throw them in there. Make it 10 plus 2.
Let me look at my list real fast. An honorable mention. The Social Network. I'll put that in there.
Yeah, it's a good one.
I think
I saw that one time in theaters.
That movie is brilliant. All right, bro.
I mean,
you gotta go away now.
That'd be one I have to watch again. I mean, I remember liking it being really good.
From the cinematography of a college, which just sounds super boring. They make this movie.
It does look good. I remember looking really good.
Robert Zemeckis wrote it. The dialogue feels amazing, and one of my favorite directors, David Fincher.
Spider-Man's in there before he was Spider-Man.
Betrayal, friendship,
twins.
What more could you ask for?
Yeah,
I just think it's a brilliant
twins
movie.
of the same who's actually the same person.
Rightfully so, won Best Picture in 2010.
Oh, did it win Best Picture? I can't remember, man. Was it
2010
or 2011? 2010. Jesse Eisenberg.
That's the only thing I like him in. That's it.
He was in Zombieland before.
Andrew Garfield.
Yeah,
he's great.
Spider-Man before he was Spider-Man.
Army Hammer.
Not Spider-Man anymore. Yeah, Army Hammer is the twins.
Yep.
Who's the
great
girl?
Great movie. Brenda Song. She used to be a Disney Channel.
Anyone else who's
not really?
Oh, Justin Timberlake. This is our time. This is our time here.
My favorite parody thing is
Quoting
the
Goonies?
he one where he was like, you know what's better than $1 million? A 10 bajillion dollars. And that's the most amazing nightclub scene because they finally get the audio right, where they actually have to talk super loud. That's another honorable mention. So your official list, number 10, I don't have any of these in order except the top 3. So.
Yeah, me too. So they're not, no particular order. It's just kind of
okay, this is your official.
Ones that I looked back on. I was like, I really like that movie. I guess I'll throw it in there.
Go.
And some of these I was like, is that really one of my favorite ones? And I was like, I can't think of anyone better necessarily. So
I guess so. Wow.
I guess so. Yeah, again, these are not necessarily the best. Like, these are all subjective. But the ones I'm just like, I enjoyed these the most.
These are objectively the best movies of the year.
Does Joker appear on your list?
No.
That's not mine either.
No, I didn't make it.
I do have 2 superhero movies left on here.
I have
technically 3.
One?
But I'm doing I'm calling a loophole on one of mine. So
see, I just have a list.
Okay.
One.
I have mine numbered, so I know exactly how many I have.
I guess just one superhero movie, technically.
All right, what you just said. You just said Guardians of the Galaxy, right?
Yeah. Well, that was one of them. There's another one.
Okay, so that was the honorable mention, extra one, sort of extra one, but
yes.
it's your +2.
All right, go ahead.
All right, what was I on? Oh, this is the real list. Well, the 10 list anyway.
Yes.
Well, it doesn't matter. I got Whiplash.
Me too. Yes, that's the one I knew you would have.
Yeah, man.
There's. Let me think.
What? What are you doing?
I think there's like 4 or 5 we have the same.
Probably.
I think so.
We should have got together first of all and made a little graphics. Whiplash. And like played,
and then it would be a guy
in the background
whipping. Just
I had a weird image, just like someone being like just being whipped or whatever, handcuffed and being whipped.
I took a screenshot.
Probably don't do that.
The face.
That's him being whipped, right? Put that back. Pull that back up.
That's when I took a screenshot.
So yeah, that's the scene where I don't know why this is funny. This is stupid.
It's amazing. I can't.
So this is the scene. This is the Whiplash scene.
Welcome to Whiplash, a man getting whipped for 2 hours.
Oh, gross.
Over jazz.
Someone likes this.
Love jazz.
Someone's into this. Someone's into that way too much. Yeah, so it's
someone's way too much. Why can't you go? Nothing. There we go. Anyway.
Yeah.
That's in mine.
So Miles Teller gets whoa.
Oh,
whoa,
no! Don't look at my list.
Whoa.
Don't look
What's
at
happening?
my list. It's supposed to pop up over here.
Get rid of it.
Well, now you know 2 of them. Why did you pop up over here? Anyway.
No, wait. It's fine.
Dang it. Well, Whiplash is in my list.
Okay.
I have no particular order, so we can talk about it.
Miles Teller in the midst of being whipped.
Wait a minute.
I didn't sign up for this. You didn't
This
read
was jazz.
You didn't read the title, kid.
I signed up for jazz.
Am I rushing or dragging? Whip to the beat.
Oh, gosh.
Okay, sorry. Whiplash. Great move. So good. Where are you going?
I don't know if I clicked record. Okay.
You did. You walked over there.
I don't remember if I did. I was like, I didn't push record.
I didn't do it.
Anyway.
Well, I'm glad you did.
Me too.
It's a moment.
Whiplash is in my note. One of the weirdest, biggest surprises in movies, probably for me.
Oh, really? Yeah.
I didn't know anything about it before I watched it because you told me
just
watch Whiplash. I was like, okay. And
did I tell you that?
This was before I could like watch things on streaming services. So I had went to our store down here and I had to rent it.
Yeah, the store down here.
I watched it and I was like, Dad, you have to watch this movie. It changed my life.
I mean, it's essentially a sports movie, right?
Yeah,
it's like
it really is.
I mean, it's a musical movie, but you know, it's like that he's got the big games coming up or whatever, and he's like just practicing and just working as hard as he can to get to the good. You know, you got a crazy coach who's just like, you got to be the best.
When his dad says you need to stop.
Yeah, I mean, it's a movie about obsession,
and then he leaves the girl to like pursue this further.
And he becomes one of the greats because you know what? You can't have a relationship if you want to be one of the greats.
Apparently.
I mean, in some ways that's true, but it's just to illustrate like how obsessed he was. Be like, well, let's introduce this relationship, and then at the end, it's like, well, what means more to you? Drumming,
I would say
jazz, or
maybe the most intense movie on my list. As in, like, well, maybe not on my list.
Yeah,
it's one of them. It's so intense for a movie about jazz.
I got one that's pretty intense.
You like
but
jazz?
Yes.
You like jazz?
Except,
how do you like this jazz?
Am I rushing or
I
dragging?
wonder if someone's made a poster of Whiplash.
That's a different kind of movie. Don't look that up. It's the parody.
No, yeah, I'm gonna look up parody poster.
Does he get a whiplash in the car wreck?
Yes,
Because that would be funny.
I think he does.
I mean, that's not the title because
That
it's
would be
based
funny.
on the piece of music. It's called
That'd be
Whiplash.
pretty
But oh, how's that car wreck?
Someone made a parody of Whiplash. It's called Steel Drums Whiplash. So
Oh,
it's like a Jamaican man.
version. It's a sequel. Steel Drums.
Yes.
Ding, 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 ding.
And nobody made it.
Ding, 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 ding.
The best parody is the Weird Al one, though. That one's
It's
great.
a good one. That one's pretty good. That's it's well integrated, I should say.
Anyway,
Yeah,
that's in my list.
I can't think of his name. I can remember his freaking name on the movie. Schaefer.
Schaefer.
J.K. Simmons. Yeah, but won Oscar.
Yes.
Best supporting actor.
Rightfully
Deservedly so.
That is his best role.
That might be his best.
For sure.
Except, well, best
J.J.
acted,
Jameson.
perhaps. Most intense, best acted, but not his best cast role, perhaps.
Yeah,
J.J.
we all know that one.
Disney knows that one, too. They didn't know what to do. They're like, gotta get him back.
I mean, you can't recast that.
I mean, okay, you
Don't.
could, but
Don't.
you shouldn't.
You want to go move on to the next one?
Yeah, what's yours?
Ex
Well, actually,
Machina.
do you want to cut out one of yours since we had the same one? Sorry.
No, that
Go
was
ahead.
one of mine. So now I'm just going to move on to another one.
Okay.
Because I only have top 3.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Ex Machina.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Did
I
you
was
not put
looking.
that one in there?
It's in my honorable mentions, but for some reason I was like, I think I put that in my top 10, but it's not in there right now, so
Okay.
I'll just count it out. But yeah,
Ex Machina. Great movie. What can I say? Domhnall
it's great.
Gleeson.
Donut
Alicia
Hole Blazing.
Vikander. I don't know. A mix of sci-fi and horror, and it's very
Oscar
realistic.
Isaacs? Yeah, it's probably one of the more realistic.
It won for best visual effects, I think,
Yes.
which is really cool for a indie
small-
budget.
Yeah. I mean, it's maybe a little better than indie, but yeah, it's kind of like that. It's indie
Yeah.
feel for sure. Yeah, I mean,
It's intense, scary.
good.
It's a drama as well. Very sci-fi. I love it.
I would consider it thriller.
Yeah.
Borderline. Not.
It turns
gets
into
horror
it turns
near the
into
end
a
little
horror
bit,
at the
but
end. But
I would call it mainly thriller.
that's my
thriller.
style of movie where it makes you think about
The tensions, like,
Yeah.
and when it gets to a certain point, because you're like, okay, I see where this is going, but then at some point, it's like,
it has to.
you're like, whoa, and you start
Whoa.
questioning things.
Yep.
When a movie gets you to just start thinking and questioning
That
things.
movie made me think a lot.
Are you a robot? Are you a robot?
Is it real? Is it real?
Is it all an AI driven experience?
Anyway, what else you got? Because we're going pretty long.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna mention some and then. What else?
So now we're off a little bit.
No.
No, well, so because we both had Whiplash, so that would have been like 1 over 10. Anyway, so that's one you went down. Okay. Anyway, so I have Looper on here.
I don't have.
That's one of my favorite ones. Not even an honorable mention for Looper.
I totally forgot about that movie. Dang it.
I
would probably put
would you
it
put it
in
in honorable mention?
maybe an
You don't
honorable
have to.
mention.
I was just asking
Probably.
what you would do. I mean, I think that one was really. I like it felt like a believable future. Like so a lot of sci-fi
Yeah.
movies where you're just like they're all wearing jumpsuits and it's like super. It's
one
all.
wasn't-
It's all screen
Yeah.
like I don't know.
This one
I
wasn't
just felt
too
like
far
this is
in
something
the future where it's
true.
flying cars, laser beam things.
Like it felt like a real progression of, like what would happen. I mean, they had floating
agree.
cars and stuff, but
I think one
how
thing
far
that-
are we away from floating cars for
Yeah.
real? I mean, come on.
I mean, we
Back
got
to the future.
Teslas,
Right,
now.
Tesla.
The Teslas are.
We have
basically
cars
flying
that can like park there for themselves and unpark, right? They can park for
They
themselves.
pack.
What's like automatic parking?
Are they from Boston?
You think they're from Boston?
I think so.
Probably. I mean, why wouldn't they get them from something from Boston? It's probably not.
That's the dumbest running joke we have now. They're from Boston, right?
Yeah. Yeah, so, but I don't know. I just felt like it was cool. I like Joseph Gordon-Levitt. I think it was the last movie that Bruce Willis is like actually pretty good in. I like how
Last movie he cares.
I like how they used, similar to Dr. Sleep, they actually used a human. it was a little bit before the whole let's make this person look young in CGI.
Yeah.
Because I think if this movie was made now, they would take Bruce Willis and like de-age him. And he would just, you know what I mean?
This was the last movie where they're like, let's just recast.
Well, that's one thing I liked about Dr. Sleep. Have you seen that one yet?
No.
Okay. Well, instead of like putting in a CG face for Shelley Duvall and like Jack Nicholson for like some of the scenes back in time, they just used different actors to kind of like similar to them. Anyway, I was like, man, it's kind of nice that they don't just have like a weird deep fake going on or something, you know? Anyway. But yeah, so they actually like changed Joseph Gordon-Levitt's face with prosthetics a little bit. Like they
changed his face.
He moves his face in a certain way, and like his mannerisms are really good, like copying Bruce Willis, younger Bruce Willis.
What's her name?
Yeah, just talked about her. John Krasinski's wife,
Emily Blunt.
Emily Blunt's in it.
Great.
She's great. The kid's good.
I don't like kid actors, and he's great.
He's good. Yeah. He's kind of.
Paul Dano.
What else did he show up in? Oh yeah, Paul Dano.
He's great, and he's insane. And Jeff Daniels.
Jeff Daniels. Paul Dano gets. Oh yeah, he's. Okay.
There's one.
There's
scene,
two guys. Paul Dano. He got. That's an intense scene.
That's what I'm saying. That's probably one of the craziest scenes I've seen in a movie where they're cutting his limbs off in the future,
he lets him future
they're just disappearing.
Oh, it's so creepy, man.
It's when his legs go and stuff, and he just like falls down and starts crawling.
Cut his tongue. It's like, ugh. Gross. And then you can see in the background.
It's really smart, but
and you can see him like say, "Get to, we have your young." Oh man, it's so creepy.
It's great. It's kind of
if that guy, if he was smart, he would have taken his younger self with him, like knocked him out, put him in his trunk, and gone with him.
Probably.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
That's not a good idea. Anyway, but then they have the crazy guy who works for Jeff Daniels, who's like always after.
I can't remember his name.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt's character. But anyway, you know what I mean. Anyway,
yeah,
it doesn't matter. We can move on now. But it's a great movie.
Mine. Let's go.
Enjoyable.
My number 9 or 8 or whatever. The Wolf of Wall Street.
Oh, okay, nice.
That's in mine.
I didn't see that coming.
I love this movie so much.
It's good, man.
It is more of a comedy than anything.
Sell me
to me.
this pen.
It's basically a comedy, and it's maybe like almost a 3.5 hour long movie. And I would watch Leonardo DiCaprio and Jonah Hill literally do anything for that long.
I would watch them be drugged on Quaaludes for that long.
That scene and
he's gonna get into his car.
That might be like the best scene of that entire movie, honestly. Though
it's just a nonstop.
I love that movie though.
Yeah,
it has maybe the most like F-bombs per second movie.
Man.
But
I haven't seen the movie. I haven't thought about for a long time, but definitely, yeah. Was that 2013?
Matthew McConaughey is probably my favorite part.
He stole the scene.
That's such a good scene. That might be.
Yeah, I mean,
I was thinking about like maybe it's if I made a list, it would be higher up on the list. But I absolutely love this movie.
Yeah. Oh well, you mean it's not quite at the. It's not the top 3, but it's kind of like probably higher than a few other ones. Yeah.
It reminds me of like.
It's good.
I don't know how. It's not really any about. It's not like a certain genre where you put it in like thriller or action or anything. It's like a drama comedy.
I guess it's a drama, but
it's amazing.
It's a dramedy ish. I don't know, man.
That movie. Anytime I could get the chance to watch it,
Margot Robbie first. That's the first time I saw her in a movie. What was that? Are you thanking God for Margot Robbie?
Thank you for Margot Robbie.
Scorsese or thanking Margot Robbie? I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I love this movie so much. I don't have much to say about it. I just know that if it was ever on again, if I had access to watch it at any time.
It was just on playing, you mean?
I would sit down and watch the whole thing over and over again.
I'd probably watch it again. It's been a little while. I've maybe seen it twice.
That's great.
It's been a little while since I've seen it, but yeah. Did we see that in theaters?
I don't think so.
I think I saw it with Bryant in theaters. Now that I think about it, I can't remember. Anyway, yeah, it was good. It was like
just watch it for the Quaalude scene alone.
Just go find that on YouTube.
Jonah Hill's probably my favorite role of his.
Like this. It's Jonah Hill.
It's probably my favorite role of his.
It's so weird though. It's a weird movie.
See, that's what I'm saying. It's great.
And it was based on a true story.
That's the crazy part.
They had the real Jordan Belfort in the movie. He was like the guy being like who introduces him when he's older, which is weird.
Yep.
But yeah, books are okay too. He wrote like 2 books. Anyway.
What else you got?
Yeah. So that one does not appear on my main list or my honorable mentions, but good movie.
Good movie.
I mean, you're wrong, but it's a good movie.
Subjective. You're definitely wrong, but
I could throw it in the honorable mentions. I think I would be happy to do that. Just for you, only for you.
Thanks, man. Gotcha.
I got a lot of honorable mentions.
What else you got?
So this is kind of my. It's sort of my cheat one because it's Avengers, but it's Infinity War and Endgame. Slash together, put together.
Yeah.
So that's my cheat one. So it's technically two movies, but I see them as one continuous movie.
That would be my honorable mentions probably, but like
I could also in that
couldn't
group
force myself to put it in.
I could also put in Winter Soldier or Civil War, but those are all kind of like
it all feels like one thing.
But I thought since this was the culmination, I thought it was kind of like
if you had to pick one out of both of those, which one would you pick? I would pick Infinity War.
Infinity War's better, but I almost for the fun of it and for the very end, I'd almost pick Endgame. I haven't seen Endgame since I've seen it in theaters because I've been waiting because I've been watching the movies.
Gotcha.
Over again, so I was kind of waiting. I'll just wait to watch it again until I watch all the movies because I've been watching. I'm on Winter Soldier right now, but I'm not going super fast. But I'm watching them. Yeah, I'm just enjoying the movies as they're good. Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, but those two, I just feel like they're the culmination. I mean, I don't know what to say right now. They both just came out recently, so there's not much to say about them. You can go back and watch a review or a talk song. That's my cheat. They're both one movie. I consider them one.
I put them in my
super long
honorable
movie.
mentions.
So I just call it Avengers, but Infinity War / Endgame.
Respectable. They're good movies. Great movies. I sound like Donald Trump right there. It's respectable. They're good. They're great movies. Great movies.
Some of the best. If they would have been best movies if I had been in, greatest movies of all time. Frankly, the best movies ever.
Since we've been on superhero, I'll give you my superhero one. Logan.
What could it be?
Logan.
That one's also on mine.
Oh man. I mean, what can I say?
As far as
probably
superhero movies
might be the top superhero movies besides The Dark Knight. But that came out in 2008.
Yes.
But
what about The Dark Knight Rises, Jesse?
That was close to being my honorable mentions.
Really?
Man.
I mean, it's a good movie.
It's great.
I think people give it more flack than it deserves, but whatever.
I cannot see anyone playing Wolverine ever again now besides him. He is... This movie is all my feelings about how much I love Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. Rated R, blood gory, sad, emotional.
Sad.
It's so good, though. I mean, I don't remember crying at a movie more than this one.
Really?
Yeah, probably.
I did watch it again. I think I
with Professor X.
I'll watch it again
when
recently.
He passed, when he died, I was like,
it's very quick though too.
When he died, though, I was like, they're not gonna kill Wolverine, I guess. This is gonna be the big death. And then he died, do it. And I bawled my eyes out. I was like, oh man. So good. Special effects are great.
Don't be what they made you. Right then.
I know, right?
That's so just true for everybody. But
it's I mean, now a lot of people are copying from this. It's the old man finds the girl. Yeah.
Of cinema now.
Finds the kid and has to protect him and then ends up dying.
Guy, younger kid.
They did that with the new Terminator movie and stuff.
The older grizzled character has to learn from the younger person. You got a funny walk, Coda.
He's so fat.
Maybe he doesn't look fat.
He just
fat.
Looks insanely fluffy.
He's a little chunky.
He hasn't been groomed in a
Aw.
while.
More Coda. Did you watch Togo yet?
No. A guy at work the other day was like, "Oh man, you want to go see that Harrison Ford movie with the dogs?" It's like, no, no, I don't. He's like, I thought it looked really good though. I'm like,
people are saying like they're excited. Hannah was telling me, my sister, and she usually has good taste in movies, but she was like, it's probably my most anticipated movie of the year is Call of the Wild. I was like, oh, and I didn't want to be like,
when I saw the trailer, I'm like, who's gonna watch? But
this movie? I was just like, I hope it's really good. But it looks a little iffy, and the dog looks kind of wonky.
That's what I was saying when the guy said it. He's like, man, I thought it looked brilliant. I was like, brilliant?
It's just Harrison Ford trying to recapture Han Solo and Chewbacca.
I was like,
in real life.
He's getting paid for this, like, so much money.
It's not,
he doesn't
but, like,
care.
Even the dialogue just sounds like
it's
the
very
dog,
kids movie.
Yeah, it's Togo. He was
Whatever.
the best. He's made it through all these different things. Hey, kid, you want to go for a
Boy,
ride?
I just remember seeing that trailer. I'm like, this movie should have came out like 1997 or something.
It's like a Homeward Bound.
That's exactly what it felt like.
But it would have been a real dog, or like I don't know. No, skip this one. Go watch Togo.
What else you got?
I don't know. I'm just confused by people's interest in that movie.
You said Logan was in one of yours though.
Yeah, Logan is one.
Definitely. That's one I thought you.
It's actually the next one up.
Okay,
so good job.
So what else you got?
This one I was kind of like, this was the one where I was like,
is
this really one? That's why I was like,
I got it.
Tom Cruise,
Fallout,
Emily Blunt,
Edge of Tomorrow.
Edge of Tomorrow.
That's in my honorable mentions. That's like the most fun movie for me.
Yeah, it's a great. Well, I mean, yeah, it's not, but it's really fun, and it's like, oh, this is, and it looks great. But then, and near the mid to near the end, when he's just like doesn't care anymore, he's just like
killing himself,
and he's just like not killing himself. That part's kind of funny.
It has the funniest
when he gets really serious,
death.
and he's just like going through murdering people, and he's just, I'm going on my own, and he's just like
figuring it
super
out,
super serious, and people
Groundhog
are
Day
like,
with aliens.
let's go, man. He like gives people angry looks, and I'm like, okay, man, this guy's
my
intense.
favorite,
funniest
Groundhog scene of the movie is when he's rolling and he gets run over by a truck, and he goes, ah! I laughed so hard.
Only to be outdone by the Mummy scream.
That's gonna be the worst of the decade for me. That one and Predator,
Jenny!
worst of the decade.
And those came out in like the last 2 years.
That's funny.
Just getting worse and worse out there, man.
Yeah. That would be an honorable mention for me, though.
I'm throwing it in there because, and then my thought also was, I was like, because I watched Terminator Dark Fate not too long ago. It's like, not bad.
I kind of like
okay.
that movie quite a bit.
It's not that bad.
I watched it and I was
there
like,
are dumb parts to it where I'm like,
yeah.
I was like, making any sense, but
I'm like, if Genesis never came out and this was the movie that came out, I'd be way happier.
Yeah, I still have a soft spot for
Salvation.
I like Salvation.
I do
All
too.
right.
I do too.
I mean, I get the criticisms, but I'm like, I
don't care.
I like the feel of this movie. Even if you didn't like,
feels more realistic.
And I feel like a lot of the other movies after that kind of copied a lot of it. Mm-hmm. Like this one copies the whole half human, half robot Terminator, like they did that with the what's his face, who was like famous for like 2 seconds, Avatar guy. Moving on.
No one can remember
that
his
guy,
name.
Sam Worthington.
Sure. Sam, Justin, James.
It was
Sam
one of Worthington. Anyway, he was fine in it, but I liked because this was just after like
Jai Courtney, you mean?
No,
they look the
he's
same.
Worse. He's worse. But they're both Australian.
It's true.
I wonder if they're related or something weird. They do look kind of similar.
Yeah.
I mean, look, you're on a small island. Third cousins are going to run into each other at some point, right? Just kidding, Australia. I love you.
Oh, man. You want another one?
Anything else to say? Wait a minute. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. But
tomorrow.
I was going to say, if they wanted to just... Because they always have humans fighting these aliens, and it's just like, how are they not just dying like that? Like, they have these guns, and they're like, ah, tick, 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 but they're just being like...
Great alien design, by the way.
Oh, yeah, cool. Different than what you normally see. Mm-hmm. Good, cool idea. But anyway, why don't they get... I want to see the mech suits of Edge of Tomorrow fight some Terminators, man. Why do people in the future not have the mech suits? Like those, get like an Emily Blunt helicopter blade and fight some Terminators. That's all I'm saying. It's always so hard to do, but give me that. Why don't we have that?
You want another one?
That's the next one. That's something. Yeah, your turn.
Nightcrawler.
Oh, interesting. Interesting.
Looking back through movies.
That one is in my honorable mentions.
Crazy.
Yeah.
I didn't
out of nowhere.
Yeah, basically out of nowhere. Jake Gyllenhaal might be my favorite performance of his. He gets creepy.
This one or another one he has, which I'll talk about in a bit.
You have another one of his?
It's not in. It didn't make it into the best, but it's in my honorable mentions.
I'm trying to remember. Anyway,
yeah. But yeah.
He gets really creepy.
Obsessed, creepy.
Yeah.
There's something not quite right with him, but
you're
not sure what it is. You can't.
And
really
I like kind of like a crime, drama, thriller style movie already. But like this is a side of those movies that you've never seen.
Yeah.
About like the media side and all that stuff and how I can get twisted and I can get obsessed with it.
The how they get that footage.
It's messed up.
First.
Also, Bill Paxton, one of his last movies.
He was in there, man.
It's probably one of his last movies, I think.
Man.
He was in Edge of Tomorrow, too, I think, wasn't he?
Yes, he is. That was his last movie, I think. Probably. He was so good in Edge of Tomorrow.
What year did that come out?
Edge of Tomorrow? 2014
was Nightcrawler. So that would have been his last movie then, probably.
2015, maybe? 2016, possibly.
That's in my list. I love that movie. I think it's great.
Yeah, I mean, who else was in? Who's his partner? He went. Bodhi. No, not Bodhi Rook. What am I saying? That's who he plays in Star Wars. How do I know that? Riz Ahmed. Yeah. Who's also then went on to Star Wars and then Venom.
Oh.
He had potential, but then he like kills him in the street, or he like dies.
Yes.
And he has like he's like sitting there filming him instead of calling him. It's so weird.
It's messed
and
up.
They, like,
movie makes you think, bro.
But it's cool because I like the types of movies where they like start to get this system, and he's like researching. And he figures out how to get faster and buys a nicer car, and anyway, better camera and equipment. Anyway, it's interesting. It's a good movie.
Your turn.
That's in my honorable mention. So,
what number are we at?
I'm on 5. Okay. Are you about?
We're about the same.
Yes. Hacksaw Ridge is one of my
honorable mention.
Yeah. Look,
I think
performance-wise,
didn't me and you go see that movie?
Yes, I think so.
I think that movie. The reason that I went to go see that movie, though, we went to go see it, is because we saw Mel Gibson's name in it.
I probably would have seen it anyway, but
see, I didn't have any interest, but then I knew Mel Gibson makes great movies.
Mel Gibson's directing it, man.
I gotta see it now.
I don't know,
because he was gone for a long time. He's like, I'm back.
Yeah, he kind of been doing a couple things. This was kind of his renaissance, whatever you can call it.
And this also feels kind of like an older movie that remade today, but you know what I'm saying, like how it's like a war movie.
Yeah, I guess
feels very
not early 2000s.
Feels like that 90s style, but
yeah, I guess I can see what you're saying.
I thought it was good.
I mean,
acting all around,
it's great.
Weird. Vince Vaughn, for some reason, is just like really good.
It's just a little too small, though. I feel like his helmet is so tiny for his big head or his big body. I don't know. It's a super tall body. Yeah, he's great.
Weird seeing him.
Sam Worthington's in there. Speaking of him, good. That guy.
That's in my honorable mention.
That reminds me of another underrated movie for the 2010.
Just tell me.
No, I have to save it for the.
Is it the Mel Gibson movie?
It's the one. Bloodfather.
Oh yeah,
that's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
I mean, it's not like they have to be great movies to be underrated. They have to be just like, I don't know. It's like, oh, didn't see that much. But anyway,
very good.
That's kind of like that one, and then his directorial. Cause I don't know, the man can direct a movie. All I can say is Mel Gibson.
He knows what he's doing.
I like a lot of the elements in there. I like the idea, the faith and stuff. I like Andrew Garfield's amazing.
Yes.
What's her name? Plays his love interest in that. Anyway, based on a true story.
What's her face? Something Palmer? Chris? No.
I'm not sure.
I don't know.
It's one of those. She's in a lot of things, but I never remember her name. Because I don't care about men. I hate women.
She was in Lights Out?
Yeah. She's good.
It's something Palmer.
Is it?
Yes.
That doesn't seem familiar to me, but anyway, not the point. She's great in it. She's usually great. Okay, look it up. Go ahead. What are you looking up first to find it?
What's her name? I just looked up Hacksaw Ridge. Teresa Palmer.
Good job.
I knew it was Palmer. Oh, Hugo Weaving's in that movie.
Yeah.
Forgot. And he had like the long hair.
No, he doesn't have long hair, but yes.
Does he not?
No, he's his dad. Well, and I
love
love the backstory too, where it's like, well, I mean, because you got to give a reason for like why is he just like, oh, I'm not gonna kill people. But some like I was gonna say that this one might be the more what was the last movie you were talking about being intense? Oh, Whiplash. That's why I was kind of like, I might have one more that's more intense, which would be this one. That first scene where they're like climbing up the ridge and they're like, either that or even after that battle where they're just like hiding out.
I remember the nighttime scene being the scariest thing.
That, and then while he's just
like a dream
while they're bombing, or he's like running through trying to save everybody before they bomb them all, bomb the ridge. It's it's good stuff, man. It's one of those movies where you're like, America.
Excuse me.
But I mean, they did kind of the wrong thing trying to stop them too. So it's like, I just think it's crazy. It's like, you save like however many men without even shooting it, firing a gun. I think it's a good message and true story.
Yeah.
So it's crazy. Anyway, I think it's just well made. The music's great, all around. Great movie.
All around. Okay, this would be my number 4.
Maybe.
I think.
Do you have 3 more after that?
Yes.
Then that's number 4, I suppose.
Inception.
Oh yeah, that one.
So number be probably.
That's one of my top 3.
Almost made it to my.
So
top.
I'll throw it in. I'll mention it. That's one of them.
Inception. I mean, I don't have much to say. Everyone who's seen it knows it's great, and they know why.
Much. Wait, why?
Because it's a great movie. Because people think it's good. I don't really have much to say about it.
You know why?
This is the first
practical
movie
as much as possible.
This is the first movie that was like warped my mind. I'm like, movies. Whoa, they're talking to me. They're trying to tell me something.
Yeah.
I think this is the first movie I was like, how did the art of making a movie is way different than what I've thought of before.
Yeah, in some ways. And that was something that I saw. I mean, you see later on. You don't see it when it's making. But basically, I had it's one of those movies where you go and you're like, I don't have anything going. You're just like, you go in a kid and you come out a man. Basically. It's one of those movies.
It's not
in terms of movies.
It's not for other reasons. Because, when people say they say that about nudity and stuff.
No, not
it's
for
not
that
like
reason.
that.
I don't know. I haven't.
You went in.
Is that
a
what
boy,
people say?
You come out a man.
Not that kind of
That's
it was I was like, oh, this looks like this could be a fun movie. He did Batman. I'll go in and watch this.
He did Batman.
I like The Prestige.
Why are you talking like a little kid?
Because I'm a kid and I came out a man, remember? So this was one that could be one of my top. But anyway, you go in and then you come out and you're just like, what is life? What are dreams? And you're just in a little existential ponderment. Pondering. You're just like, this grass, this world.
Is it a dream?
What's a dream and what's reality? Did that top topple over, or is it still spinning? What have you done to me?
The first movie was really just mess with
you're just
my head.
And I mean, it's just so. I mean, it's one of those ones where everyone's like, I can't understand it. It's so. I mean, it wasn't really that complex, but it does get to a point where you're just like, whoa. It does get pretty deep as far as 3 layers into the, and you're just like, what am I falling?
Whoa.
The van's falling, and they're in the snow, and then they're in this weird building that's falling apart. And it's like, whoa. Yeah. Anyway, Tom Hardy. First time I remember really seeing him in something specific like that. I was like, oh,
that was the first thing that
and
put
then
Tom
go
Hardy
back
on
and
the
you're
map.
like, oh, there's Tom Hardy.
Then you see him everything.
Well, right, because he comes out as a Bane, and then of course Mad Max and everything. But I
think Bane was the first one where I was like, Tom Hardy is amazing.
Yeah. So good stuff.
Now we're gonna start our top 3. That was one of your top 3. You want me to?
That was one of my top 3.
What was your other one? Yeah, what was your 4?
4. Well, it's not in order, but First Man I threw in there because I really like that movie. I feel like that could be. That could also be in an underrated movie of 2010s.
4 Ryan Gosling movies.
That's my second Ryan Gosling movie.
One is in my top. The other 3 in my honorables. That was one of them. La La Land was another honorable for me.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I was wondering whether
Drive. It was in my honorable mentions.
I'd have to go back. I really need to go back and watch Drive. I saw it one time a long time ago. So
I do. I think that movie is very underrated.
Drive?
Oh no, First Man.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, it was maybe it was because it got encapsulated in this weird controversy about this is an un-American movie.
It's not.
It's like. Okay, they don't show the flag. You got me, but
I didn't say anything. You knew I was gonna say the flag. The flag. I said it. Okay,
the flag. You got me. Okay, I said it wrong. I said it the wrong way. You happy, Jesse? No. Anyway, but about the planting of the flag. But it's not really about that. And because I'm like, well, and they're like, well, they're not saying America's the best country in the world. It's like, well, okay.
I want him to stick the flag in the ground and be America's the
maybe
best
it
country
is the best
in
place
world.
to live. But I'm just saying.
Imagine that. He sticks the flag and he's like, America is the best place in the world.
What's the America? Yeah. The World Police.
I wonder who made that.
It's from the World Police.
Makes sense.
I can't remember the song. I want to see that happen. Just like explosion that cracks the moon in half. America. Or something. I don't know. But anyway. Yeah, it didn't show it, but it wasn't about that. And it was about this personal thing. And because
that's what made the movie so great.
Yeah, and because it showed flags all over the place. There's flags on the uniforms. It shows his son raising a flag, and it lingers on it. Later on, it talks about this French lady who's like, yeah, if anyone's going to make it to the moon, it's going to be America. You know, it wasn't like it was trying to back away from.
There's other parts in it.
Okay, the world did this as a. I mean, Ryan Gosling said that later on. I was like, okay, whatever, Ryan.
Yeah.
It's like, maybe not so much. But I mean, I don't think the movie itself was. And I think they did it maybe to pander to like
other
international, maybe.
Probably.
Money. That's probably why. Money.
Is that Mr. Krabs?
That was a bad Mr. Krabs.
You always say that, and I love it. I always forget what it's from.
Well, it's Mr.
Money.
Krabs from the first. Mr. Krabs, why did you make? What was your reason for making Krusty Krabs 2?
Money.
So that's why.
All right. Do you want to go ahead and list your top 3, and then I'll list my top 3, or do you just want to do it one at a time again?
Well, okay. Setsun was not. I know one is in yours because you.
You know 2 of them then.
Probably.
You should probably know all 3 of them.
I'm hoping you've forgotten one. And I'm just going to blow your mind. I don't think he did, though. I think.
What is it?
I can't.
You want me to tell you my top then?
Look, we both know Blade Runner 2049 was in yours.
Yes.
And that's also in mine. So I'm assuming that's one of them. So let's talk about Blade Runner.
Blade Runner 2049. It is the culmination of all the things we love. Sci-fi.
Is it? Oh, yes.
Remakes. Looks amazing.
Remakes? I don't love remakes.
Well, it's not remakes. It's sequels.
Everything
in the
people love
future.
right now?
It looks incredible. Great special effects. Great writing. It's intense. What else can I say?
Just not in agreement.
Old Harrison Ford. We love him.
Oh, yeah.
We love him.
I'm great. Too bad he even had a dog.
Oh, he did. We can't
What
get
is with
dogs
Harrison
away
Ford
from
and
this
his
guy.
dog? He's got a dog in Star
That's in his
Wars.
contract. It's like, all right, got my dog.
Where's my dog and my weed?
My dog and my weed.
You want your ear pierced?
It's like we said. It's
flew here in my plane.
It's sci-fi. Makes you think. It's thriller. There's action. Great special effects.
And it doesn't make any money.
Exactly.
Nobody goes to see it.
It's probably one of the it's probably the best looking sci-fi movie I've ever seen. He won a Oscar for it.
Raj Deeks.
Oh yeah, Raj Deeks.
The Deek Man. Deacons.
Anything else you want to say about this movie?
Well, yeah, I mean, you can't.
It's a good sequel
I like
too, which
it.
is crazy.
Yeah, and I like it because I think we talked about it before, but I like the Ryan Gosling character arc and development, right?
Yes.
Because he's the hero, but he's also not the hero.
Yes.
In some ways, and it's like, well, it kind of does the trope of you're a wizard, Harry, or you're the chosen. Neo, you're the one, or Luke, you're the chosen. Well, not Luke, but I guess it's
Anakin.
Whatever, they're both kind of the chosen.
But he's not.
Or Ray, you're a Palpatine, actually.
Ray, you were the chosen.
They kind of
one.
tried to do that. Maybe Ryan Johnson kind of tried to do the same thing, but not very well, perhaps. But anyway, he thinks like he's like a human or whatever, right?
Yeah.
He thinks he's the child or something, the child of Rachel.
Yeah.
But anyway, and it ends up not being that, and he's like has a choice to be like, oh, but I can still be
somebody.
I can still choose to be
good.
Yeah. Whether
it's the hero's journey in a way.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
The best
Hero
thing
with 1,000
is
faces, but,
I love the idea that he is not the chosen one, but he can still choose.
Because that's what I was saying. I was like, I'm not the chosen one. If we're talking about real life, like, everyone's like, oh, I could be the chosen one.
But you can
could
still
be Harry
choose to
Potter.
do
But
good things.
even if you're not Harry Potter, you should
still
be.
choose.
You can still make it different. You know what I'm saying? Like, most of us are not going to be the main character. We're not going to be the chosen one.
It also does a thing.
But we're still meant to be, somebody in this. Yeah. And so I'm like, well, you can still be the main character in some ways.
Yeah. And that's
of your own story, whatever.
I don't know. There's deeper meanings to this movie that if you look at it at surface or not.
Yeah, what's human? What does it mean to be human? That's kind of like the main thing from the last one.
That's the one thing that I love about this movie is it builds on things that the last movie did, but it also pushes new things as well. Mm-hmm. Not just relying on tropes from the last one, Star Wars.
Or the look of remember this, remember that.
It builds on it.
I mean, they have things in there.
They have little things.
They have like the Rachel thing, the CGI, which is good. I mean, it's good, but it's like, oh, it's Rachel. She's back alive.
But I do love the original Blade Runner. But I mean, this one just builds on everything.
Yeah.
And it moves on with the things that you loved about the first one, and not the dumb stuff.
It doesn't dwell on
like the weird,
and it develops
dancing stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's in my top three for sure.
Well, I was gonna say probably the best Harrison Ford return to a franchise moment, but the first, I still like. I really, Indiana Jones, I guess, but
which is filming next week, by the way.
Yeah, great. I don't know. I'm worried.
You want to go? What's your next top? I can. You want me to go ahead?
You should go and do one, not the one.
Mad Max Fury Road.
You're supposed to do a different one. That's the last. That's my other one.
Okay, but that's not. That's not my number one, probably.
That's not your number one. Well,
it's. I can't pick between these two. These are my two favorite movies.
Okay, fair enough. The top three were kind of like I was like, well, this just depends on the day.
Me and you have a profound love for Mad Max Fury Road.
It may be.
It is a gas-fueled testosterone journey across the desert.
Are you reading a review?
No. It is.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'd call it
so much fun.
Possibly a perfect movie.
I agree.
There's really nothing about it that I'm like.
Is that your number one?
I don't like that
movie of the decade.
Yeah, it's my number one. Probably.
See, that's how I
have
feel.
The top three, which is Mad Max, Inception, and Blade Runner. Well, that's kind of like depends on what the day of the week.
See, that's how I feel.
But and I probably don't agree with your other one because it didn't make it in. Yeah. But maybe
you won't. But it's fine.
I'm gonna have to see if I can guess it in a minute. But but Mad Max, man.
Know it.
We'll probably should.
Talk about it. Anyway,
we'll probably talk about our relationship and whether you know my favorite movie or
not. Mad Max. That's the first movie I remember going to a theater, just me and you. Well, Johnny was there, wasn't he?
Yeah.
And
Johnny.
I remember just from the trailers, I'm like, this looks fun. Let's go watch it. Again, and then coming out and be like, I have changed.
Yeah, I mean, those are the best experiences, right? Where it's like you're kind of just going, it's like, yeah, it's like, okay,
it's like fun.
I have no idea what's going on. It looks crazy.
Well,
they have the
that's when
the
me
opera
and you
music,
and Johnny
would
just like watch movies all the time. We'd go to the theaters like basically every weekend.
Well, as much as we could. That's what I was always trying to do.
And now it's just like, all right, like it's Mad Max this week, and we watch it. We're like, oh my god.
Yeah, but it was just like because I remember seeing the trailers and I was like, this looks really fun and crazy, and I was like, I just want to go and watch a crazy movie. But it's so much more than just a crazy movie.
Different person.
You know? It's like, yeah. George Miller took me to school, man. Film school. He whiplashed me.
Oh no!
I need that face of Andrew. Andrew Taylor.
You want my last one, so we can move on to honorable mentions?
Anything else to say about Mad Max?
It's perfect.
Let me check something here.
It's perfect.
It's pretty perfect, man. Okay, we're about an hour.
What's the only thing? Name a bad thing about that movie?
That's what I'm saying. Like,
the weird guitar coming to the screen. That was kind of dumb. When all the cars crash and then you get the steering wheel right in the camera.
Well, okay.
That's the only problem with that movie.
I wouldn't call that a problem. It's just kind of like...
It's just like, okay, that was weird.
Well, it's like... And then the steering wheel flips towards you. But but in that case, it's a stylistic
choice. It almost
choice.
felt like, whoa, 3D.
In my opinion, that's a stylistic
It's
choice.
like how in what's that Brandon Fraser movie where they go... Oh, Journey to Center Earth, where they fling the yo-yo right at the camera. It's like, come on.
Spy Kids 3D?
Yeah.
Look at this thing.
In my top three, it'd probably be number. I'm not gonna tell. I can't tell if it's top.
Wait.
Guess what it is?
Oh my gosh. Okay, one of your favorite movies. I almost would have said La La Land if you hadn't said that was already. That's what I said. I almost would have picked it if you hadn't said that it was in an honorable mention.
No.
It's not one we've said.
No.
What is your freaking favorite movie?
It's one of my favorites. It's in my top.
Is it a horror movie?
No.
Oh man, I was like,
Keep guessing.
That might be a trick.
The heck?
Midsummer. I don't know.
No. Yes.
Well, you say you liked it, but
I do like
hey,
it.
that's something. Unless we don't have any horror movies in our favorites.
I have Babadook in my honorable mentions.
I also have that.
Yeah.
I almost put it in. It's like
that's the
those
one
other ones I kind of edge it out. But
and Don't Breathe was in my honorable mentions too.
I might have another one. Yeah, Don't Breathe. Oh, that's a good one.
Anyway,
I did actually think about doing. I thought about Evil Dead because I really like that one.
What?
The new Evil Dead
remake. Evil Dead.
Evil Dead.
Oh,
I almost thought about putting on it, but is it animated?
No.
That's also one I thought about. What animated
I almost
movies?
put Spider-Verse. That was.
I almost got that one too. Yeah, I almost got that one in there.
Came out 2013.
The Wolf of Wall Street.
No,
That's the only other one I can think of. I don't know.
it is not an action movie.
I didn't think of it.
It's a drama.
Her.
Yes.
Her.
I love
that
this movie.
I should have went through my honorable mentions because that's in my honorable mention. But
that's probably my favorite movie.
I thought to myself,
time.
Jesse will probably have this in it, and I totally forgot.
That's one of my favorite movies of all time. I think that movie's brilliant.
Tremblay. Man. That's his name, right?
Yes.
Something
Something
Tremblay.
like that, yeah.
Trombley? I don't know. Anyway, who cares? But yeah, man falls in love with machine.
This was a movie when it came out. I was not allowed to watch it for some reason.
I mean,
it's like rated R and stuff.
It's got some stuff in there, man. That's not for kids.
But I watched it anyways. I was like, whoa, this movie is insane.
Disobedience never felt so
This is
good.
the first movie that I remember like really crying to and feeling.
Yeah, because it does have a weird twist where you're like, I mean, I guess how could it end differently in some ways? But
yeah, but it's the fact of.
Is this a cautionary?
That's what it is.
Tale?
It is closing yourself off. He closed himself off.
Okay, that's not the way I was going, but yeah.
For this girl that is not real, but
or doesn't not necessarily not real, but
yeah,
yes.
But the thing is what happens to you when you close yourself off. Because throughout the movie, Amy Adams and his friends.
Is Amy Adams related to him, or is she just his friend?
A friend?
I couldn't remember if she was like a sister or something.
Kind of co-worker, but
I didn't think she.
Anyway, constantly trying to help him along with his.
Yeah,
because you can tell he's lonely, and he has people right there to help him, and it's more about like, don't close yourself off to someone that you are head over heels for, but you need to kind of incorporate everybody into your life, that because there's people that love you, your friends. You can't close yourself off to them.
Yeah.
And it's kind of weird. This was like the perfect time when like
all these things were coming out.
All these
Siri
and all that stuff.
Alexa.
It was very cautionary in a way, which I think it's getting crazier nowadays with technology getting to a whole nother level already.
I was going two different ways, but that's a good way. Well, you could say like don't close yourself. Only
that's one.
Take what's her name in the movie?
Who?
The operating system.
Samantha?
Scarlett. Yeah, it's Samantha.
Yeah.
So take Samantha and add in, make it a blank and put in whatever you want. Don't close yourself. Don't give yourself so much to this, video games. Don't give yourself. I mean, you could, it doesn't have to be technology either. It could be your girl who doesn't really care about you. It could be, and you're blocking yourself off from people who have a genuine connection with you. Which people do that all the time, right? Yes. Or it's a bad relationship.
Yes.
Which in this case, you could call it that. I mean, it's kind of sweet for a while, but it's like something that's like, how long can this really last?
I think the thing about this movie is you can interpret it a lot of different ways, but the main story is like, you can kind of fall in love with anyone. It doesn't have to be based on
or things.
Yeah. I just love this movie, man. This movie makes me feel, bro.
Yeah, I mean, that's the idea of...
And Joaquin Phoenix has a mustache.
And he's so hipster.
Great. Yes. And Chris Pratt's in this movie.
Oh, that's right. He's his buddy.
I always forget he's in this movie.
He shows up in about random... We should just go through and look at all the random spots he has. Mm-hmm. He's in that. He's in Wanted randomly.
But this movie... Along with that, the soundtrack is amazing.
Who does? It's a band, isn't it? It's a...
Arcade Fire did a little bit of it.
I think it was mainly Arcade Fire, though.
The main song that he plays on the ukulele and stuff. So this story is kind of based on the director's real relationship with his wife in a way.
Okay. Did she
kind of weird. Him and his wife wrote those songs together, and you can. Okay. He released them online like 10 years ago.
Oh, okay.
So it's kind
of
the
cool ones they write, they sing.
Yeah. So like he's slaying in bed, and he has Samantha, and he's playing the ukulele, and they're singing together. That song, him and his wife recorded a long time ago, which is pretty cool. But
interesting.
Spike Jonze. He's done like Being John Malkovich, Where the Wild Things Are. They're all great looking movies. Maybe not that great, but this is like everything that he does great all in one.
Yeah. I mean, that's been a little while since it came out, but I remember it coming out and being like, interesting. Great. Yeah, and I mean, it is something. Well, again, my other cautionary was be careful with AI and stuff. Like, this is something that's definitely going to be happening as AI become more sophisticated and like, like, I don't know. There's a bunch of different things where you can be like, watch out.
We're pretty long, so let's talk about honorable mentions.
Okay, yeah. Just throw them out there.
Go ahead.
We did a couple of them already, but
La La Land. Those one.
Yep, yeah. That's not in mine, but I figured you might have that.
That's the only musical I have.
I have another musical in my
honorable
mentions. Sing Street.
Almost.
Not quite an honorable mention. I really like it, but I think I like it better than La La Land.
Interstellar.
Yeah, that's in mine. Upgrade.
Yes.
Did you get to see that?
I
don't
saw
know if you'd seen it since we talked about it.
I saw it pretty recently, but I really enjoyed it. Yeah, Skyfall.
I want to have to go back. Split the sky. I don't have that one, but I thought about it.
It's
good.
I'm not going to talk about that.
Yeah. Okay.
Like I said, Drive.
Yes. And we're talking about Denis Villeneuve. Of course, he did Blade Runner, but I got Arrival. Prisoners and I got Arrival.
Arrival was almost in my top 10.
I thought about it, and I was like, but
that would probably be Blade Runner's is piece of resistance.
But Prisoners though, that one's the other one that has a really good Jake Gyllenhaal performance, and I really like his performance.
Hugh Jackman too.
Yeah, Hugh Jackman's great in that, and Paul Dano.
Yes, he always plays a creep.
Kinda.
I added my honorable mentions True Grit.
Oh yeah, I do love that. That's a good one. I guess I should have thought about
westerns, and it was Bone Tomahawk would have been.
I did think about that one.
Honorable mentions too.
I did
love
think about
westerns.
it. I almost put it in there because I was like, I really like that movie. But
310
actually,
to Yuma was 2009.
I thought about 310 to Yuma also.
So close.
But instead of Bone Tomahawk, which I probably could have put, I put in Brawl on Cell Block 99, which was his.
I haven't seen that.
You haven't seen that, dude? You gotta watch that tonight.
I did have one animated.
Speaking of
in my honorable mentions.
Okay, well, speaking of Vince Vaughn doing a great performance.
Oh, that's him.
Yeah, man.
I haven't seen that.
Cell Block, Brawl on Cell Block 99, man.
I'll watch
Check it
bro.
out. It's intense.
My only animated one, I had two, but as Kubo and the Two Strings was one of mine.
Okay, yeah, I didn't think about that one, but that's a good one.
It's either they had Toy Story 3.
I thought about Toy Story 3.
I was like, nah, it's not Toy Story 1 or 2. So.
Sure. No, I think they're all pretty comparable.
It's not Toy Story 1 or 2, if you know what I mean.
You know what I mean? I got... Well, okay, I'll talk about it in a minute. Yeah, Nightcrawler was in there. Arrival, Her, Interstellar. We talked about all those. I had the Grand Budapest Hotel also.
I did not. I should have. I love that movie.
I really like that one. I put Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, but I almost felt like that could be like all one grouping.
Yeah.
I think they all came out in the 2010s. Yeah. Yes, they did.
Yes.
Rise, Dawn, and War. Ex Machina.
Which one's the best out of those?
I think Dawn's my favorite out of it, but it's the second one.
I would agree. War's good.
War's
the last one, right?
Yes. I think that one's the second best, but
I did have Fury.
I did think about Fury. I didn't put it on here, but I could throw it in there. I did like Fury a lot as another war movie. Lego Movie. I really like the original Lego Movie.
Dang it. Why didn't I think of that one?
I mean, you can put it in right now, man. That's a really good one.
I can't believe
Ex Machina, talk about that. Yeah, the Babadook,
There's
we
so
said
many that I passed over them. Like, man.
I mean, honorable mentions. I kind of got a little like liberal with it, so I was just like, I'll just throw in anything. I'm just like, I really like that one. I'll throw it in. Yeah, Spider-Man, Spider-Verse, Sing Street, and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I threw it in there.
That was in my honorable mentions. It's kind of weird that it's like so recently, but
yeah,
it's just
yeah.
like,
I was like, wow, it just came out. So, I mean, maybe I could have put 1917, but I haven't seen it yet. So, what can you do?
I don't know, man. I'll have to sit on it for a little bit.
And I guess I could throw in, like, again, Winter Soldier, Civil War, Guardians of the Galaxy. I throw in there too, like you mentioned.
That's like all the Marvel movies. That's the one I think it stands alone against all the.
I'm trying to think of any
Avengers
other Marvel
things.
ones. And I'm like, oh, this is super good. But yeah, those were the ones.
Except
for Iron Man, but
like I said, The Nice Guys was in my honorable mentions. For sure.
Okay, I could throw just the first Avengers because I think that one's still really good.
Yeah.
But yeah, Nice Guys. Anyway, that's all I got.
Like that. Yeah.
You're like air leaking out of a balloon. All right, I think we should be done, man.
No.
Well, you already tore up my papers.
Yeah, I'm done.
Pelosi.
Sorry.
Mr. Pelosi. Whatever.
Mr.
Oh, I didn't get to talk about the Oscars, about how I hate everybody that goes to that thing. Watching the Oscars is the worst.
I didn't watch it.
Ugh. I mean, I watched bits of it.
Yeah, I watched bits of it, and then it cuts to the crowd, and just like, shut up. Shut up
I'm
being
like,
there.
We get it. You're so woke.
Yeah, it's a little annoying.
I know, Brad Pitt. I know you don't want people to be milked. I mean,
shut
cows to be milked.
I'm with Brad on this one.
Not Brad. That's Joaquin Phoenix, who's like, we steal the milk from cows and we eat it in our cereal. And I'm like, okay, Joaquin.
I don't want people to be milked. I'm like, okay, I'm with him.
Well, I was gonna say that he wants cows to be treated like people or something, and not.
He's stupid.
And I was like, I mean, I get what you're maybe.
We get it.
Milk.
We get it.
I was like, why did this turn into? They take their children from their mothers, and we get them pregnant again, and we drink their milk and our cereal and our coffee.
Can you shut up?
And I was just like,
apparently, right after that,
man.
him and his wife went straight to go get like vegan burgers immediately after.
Disgusting.
Like they didn't even stand around for the party or anything.
Well,
They just both
no,
went
I thought
out.
he was there because he was with his. I don't know about his wife.
Rooney Mara?
Oh yeah, yeah. I knew his mom was there too.
Yeah, but
So
there was
I
like
didn't know.
they posted a picture like
Not
during
vegan.
like the after party. They're like, yeah, we're just home eating burgers.
Yeah. Okay. It was him and his mother maybe getting his Oscar engraved.
Yes.
I think is what it was. Anyway. So yeah, that and everyone's just like, I mean, it wasn't as bad as some years maybe as far as just like, I just wish Ricky Gervais was there again.
Do you wish that like there was no host and it was just like,
get on the stage,
here's what happens?
Thank the people and God or whatever, and then
they left
get
some
out.
people out of the memorial this year.
The memorial, I didn't watch that part.
Who was it?
It was too much. And I was just like, I can't watch all of
It was
the kid.
He's a younger kid. I can't remember his name.
Younger kid who died.
He was in
You got me, man.
Maze Runner things. He's got really curly hair.
I guess I know who you mean, but there was nothing. It was never really big to my knowledge. I don't know the guy. I mean, know him, but I mean, I don't really even know of. I can't even think of what he looks like. So, you got me on that one.
Man, so
anyway, it doesn't. I mean, sure, yeah, they left him out.
Sensitive.
And then I don't know. It was weird. They're bashing everybody, and it's just the comics they had on there were just not funny. Mm-hmm. And James Corden came out in his cat suit with Rebel Wilson, and then the cat suits, and they like played with the mic like a cat. I was just like, ooh, this is why we need a host.
I can't stress enough how I think James Corden is so cringy and not funny.
He's not funny.
He's not, and he tries, and it hurts, and I just cringe. And like him
Jesse,
singing in a car.
He's
Peter
Rabbit.
Shut up. Shut up.
Sing in your own car on your own without a camera.
He's not actually driving either. Have you seen that? He's not actually driving.
I mean, probably not, right?
He's like on a trailer, but he's still steering the wheel like he's driving.
He's pretending to drive.
Just shut up. Shut up about it. You don't have to pretend you're driving. Just sit in the back.
Yeah. Like have someone else drive and you sit in the
driver over here.
I don't know.
I'm turning.
You guys okay?
Good?
Who was that?
That was Rosie. She doesn't like it when Coda gets close to her. She's very territorial.
Me neither. Which is what I
love you though.
You the
She's the one
matriarch?
like if I'm sitting on the couch and I'm petting Coda, she has to come up and push Coda out of the way, so I have to pet her.
Here.
Yeah, she's alpha.
Yeah, well, that's what I was trying to figure out because I thought I don't know how it works.
She's definitely alpha.
I'm not sure how it works if it's different packs because sometimes they have matriarchs and sometimes they have alpha, male alphas or whatever. Because I don't know how that works.
Don't know
if it's just any wolf or if it's like
any wolf.
Just happens to be specific wolf packs or something.
Yes.
Anyway, because I was watching the National Geographic, it's the White Wolves one. Anyway.
Okay. I don't remember.
I was just confused. I was like, well, what constitutes who leads? Anyway. But yeah, so the Oscars, I'm just like, okay, it's just so patting yourself on the back and you think you know everything. It's like,
it's just like
you're trying to tell us things you think you know about, and you're not smart.
Yeah.
You're not that. You're an actor. You didn't go to school, or you went to acting school, and you're trying to tell me how to live. And it's like, okay,
Jeff Bezos being there, and then them ripping on him.
When did they?
I can't remember who it was.
With the Amazon thing.
Yeah,
they said something about his wife.
Oh no, he was saying
joke?
I can't remember who it was. He was saying like
I don't know
how he's going through a big divorce and he's still the richest person on the planet.
He's losing half his wealth and he's still the richest person. Yeah.
I'm like, turn that guy a new one. He's the worst.
Is he the worst though?
He donated the other day to a charity and it was like $69,000 for him. He makes that in 10 minutes.
I mean,
that's 10 minutes of work.
That's still a lot of money, I guess, but
that's apparently
I like it when they calculate his time.
Someone who's working minimum wage, that's like them putting in 60 cents. That's how much it is to him. $65,000. It's like, shut up about it.
Okay, I mean, I get it. It's kind of silly, but
it's
still...
Well, also him and the way he runs
It's also,
Amazon
he also puts
stuff.
most of his money back into the company. Like, he doesn't make, like, his salary is not
the
like
reason he's making so much, though,
he's
is
the richest,
from
but
very
he's not making that much.
sketchy things. He's like, I don't even want to get into it.
Look, it doesn't matter. It's just,
ill-gotten is all I can say.
Yeah, but anyway, there's all that kind of stuff in there. It's just like, I don't know. Just all the back patting and heads up their butts type thing, all about the Oscars. I'm just like, ugh.
You know what?
Get over yourself.
We don't have our heads in the butts.
We
are...
I'm not saying, listen, they're talented people, but they're not
smart.
They're not that smart to tell me how to, like...
I'm going to eat burgers.
I
want to drink milk.
Again, I get what you're trying to say.
But just shut up about it and star in movies.
I liked Bong Joon-ho's the whole speech.
He was the best part of the Oscars.
Just like...
Afterwards, he had the two Oscars. He's like making them kiss and stuff. I'm like, that's
good.
I'm like, who let this little kid in here? He's just like, I'm going to get so drunk after this.
I'm going to Hollywood, or not Hollywood. I mean Disneyland. But anyway, it's not even that. It's just like he's just like, I like this movie, and that's why I became a filmmaker, and that's why I made this movie. Thank you for giving me this.
Yeah.
I'm just like, well, not filmmaker, but he's like, I love movies. That's why I'm here. That's why I love this is going on. That's why I love this.
It's stupid.
And it's like, thanks. Okay.
I understand it's your one time to talk to a crowd, but it's just like, just shut up about it. No one's here to listen to you preach about.
I get it's just when they go off, when they're like, thank you for these people. That's great. But I just wanted to go off and it's just like weird stuff. And I'm like,
yeah.
Normally Joaquin Phoenix has funny, like pretty good. Thank you. You know, he's fun to watch in interviews and stuff. But this time I was just like,
I even think like they did.
What are you trying to tell me?
They didn't do this stuff at
I don't understand. Right. It wasn't as bad.
Like Brad Pitt's in the other one where he got the reward. He's like, this is gonna look great on Tinder. And I'm like, okay, that's funny. That's fine. And this one's just like, just don't get political.
Yeah, and it was all about the impeachment stuff, and it was like, okay, that just happened. I mean,
yeah,
it did work out. Everybody looks like a baby in that situation anyway. Tearing up papers, being real whiny, not shaking hands. Whether that was on purpose or not, I don't know. But it's just everyone's so petty and.
Well, let's stop being petty and end this thing.
Yeah.
Here's to another decade of hopefully good movies.
Yeah. Hopefully. This year's not the worst start off. Anyway.
Don't even know what I've seen so far. Hopefully we get some good stuff.
Yeah. Anyway, hopefully we'll get to things we've been watching another day, because I think we're going a little too long.
Next week, we'll probably just be doing catch up on stuff.
We may do... I thought about doing this week, doing like a Valentine's, but like with having the ladies on.
Yeah.
I don't know if they'd still want to do something, but
thought about just doing... be on camera is all.
Well, she was... Okay, she was on for the question one, wasn't she? Did we have asking, a camera?
No.
I guess we could do non-camera, but...
She just doesn't like being on camera.
She doesn't have to watch it.
For the internet to see her. Their family's very paranoid about.
That's okay.
They cover their cameras on their computers.
I mean, I get
that family.
The little sticky note on top. Yes. I mean, I get that because it's like people can hack. People are like, I can hack your cameras.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't care if people want to see me naked, whatever. So whatevs, man.
Whoa.
I mean, that's kind of like the thing. Like, what other information?
One day it'll be there. Probably they'll find out some way.
You want to see me in my underwear?
There'll be an AI. I don't look that good anyway.
I don't look that good anyway, so it's your loss, pal. Just saying. You know what I mean? Like, that could be an issue for, like... I get that for being an issue for, like, a young lady or something, but being a worry. But for me, I'm like...
Screw it.
Whatever. You get the...
Let it hang.
Ugly side. I don't know. I look better with clothes on. That's all I can say.
That's good. That's good stuff.
I feel like that'd be a good comedy bit. If you stand up or something. Talking about how people put the little... You've seen people put the... I'm not going to do it right now.
You want to do a bit?
Should I do a bit right now?
Let's do a bit.
I'll just ad-lib a bit. You ever see people putting the... I don't know why I don't know if I'm New Yorker.
Are you from Boston?
From Brooklyn, okay? Hey, I'm from Brooklyn. Hey, from Brooklyn.
Is that from Boston too? We come full circle, Tyler. Let's end this thing. And we'll hopefully watch Clone Wars tomorrow?
Well, yes. It will not be tomorrow. Yeah, whatever. Yeah. We'll hopefully do a Clone Wars commentary.
I'm so excited.
For Clone Wars movie commentary, not the TV show.
For the TV show coming out.
Yeah. You might change your tune.
I've rewatched
after you watched the new season. I mean, the movie.
Rewatched the last season to prepare.
You just watched all of them, didn't you?
Yeah, but the last couple when they like cut off, I haven't really like sat and watched because it's supposed to pick up right where they left off to finish.
Okay, I'll have to. Yeah, I might have to go back and do that. There were like select episodes you could watch to kind of like catch up, but I'm like, I don't want to do that. I mean, it's good, but it's not one I'm like, I really want to see it all over again.
I think she's great.
In between Ahsoka.
That's the way it should be.
That sounded
anyway, bye. See you
so long
later.
Yeah.
We'll probably...
Later.
Next week, we'll answer some questions, probably.
Yeah, probably should.
Do some stuff.
We'll do something. Maybe we'll have ladies on. Maybe I just thought we might be fun to do like a weird like couples quiz
or
like
extra
critique.
Long weekend next week.
Okay.
So I should be good.
Okay. All right. Anyway.
Bye.
Stay groovy, people.
Stay frosty.
Stay groovy.
Stay frosty.
Stay groovy.
Okay.
It's all the same.
Okay. Goodbye.
Say something. Bye.
Goodbye.